Hey, once again, guys, it's Earl Dixon, Neighborhood Bitcoin Man, reaching out to you. We got a very extremely nice program, smart contract that's going to launch very soon on the 15th of January. You want to become a member. You want to ask to get my link so that you can put yourself on the list so that when the links come out, you will be ready to get started with LXP Life. Now, this program is very similar to Forsage, and my phone number is there, 919-530-8022, and you can join the Telegram group at the link there, t.me/LXP Life, and you can get started over there on your journey. But you need to call me to get a sponsor link before you can even get signed up. So, guys, so this program is very similar to Forsage, but all of the structures like Forsage, but it runs on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, as we know, Forsage was a great program back in the day. And a lot of people made a lot of money, but the fees that were absorbed through the Ethereum, because Forsage was written on the Ethereum blockchain with the ERC20 token, that when transactions went to the Forsage program, they charge you a transaction fee. Let's just use an example. If you come in on the $25 level, where you can cycle over and over again, make 25 over and over again, it would cost you $25, maybe $80 for the fee. Nobody liked paying those high fees. Well, the genius who brought LXP Life together, I'm very excited about this platform because it was very ingenious for that person to bring this platform to life on the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, and that means that those fees will only be $1 or $2 or $3. Okay, I don't care how much you put in, right? On the Binance Smart Chain, it's going to be a game changer, and you want to be a part of it. So reach out to me and dial this number 919-530-8022. Earl, I want to be a part of the Change Network, which is our ecosystem, our global team network. And I want to be a part of this project called LXP Life, where I can get this BNB, unlimited BNB. So let me go ahead and show you guys something too, right? All right, just bear with me for just a second. Bear with me for a second. So guys, this is Earl Dixon, Bitcoin Man. I want to show you guys something that nobody else made to teach you and train you like this, like the way I'm able to teach and train you. You can't buy wisdom. That's something that you have to, that you can't buy wisdom. You're gonna have to, you're gonna literally have to gain wisdom, okay, by doing things. So I'm gonna go over here right now, and I'm going to show you why you need to get into this program. So if you look right now, we're doing $1.9 trillion in crypto. By 2025, we should be doing 20 trillion a day. Whether you got any or not, that's happening with or without you. Now let's come on down here. Now there's a coin called BNB, and BNB of that 1.9 trillion is doing 70,571,369,855 a day in BNB. Now look at the current price of BNB. It's at $424. Now I want to show you guys something that you need to know, because this project that we're doing, LXP Life, will allow you to get unlimited amount of a BNB Smart Chain, which is equivalent to this big BNB right now. It's just in on Smart Chain form, but one BNB coin on Smart Chain is equivalent to the same price of this, $424.76. So let's say you get 1,000 of these jokers, right, to this platform. It's possible. 1,000 BNB coins to this platform. And BNB hit $10,000 a coin, because it's going to one day. It's going to go higher than that. I believe it's going to hit over $15,000 a coin. That's it right there, BNB. Let me scroll down so you'll see it right there. That's why you need to join this platform to create generational wealth for you and your family. Now, let me show you something that's going to blow your mind. I'm going to a website, because this coin right here was at $30 only last year sometime, and now it's at $424. It's been as high as $700. But let me show you something that most people don't know. I'm going to give you some information that you need to be aware of. There's a website called learnwitherl.com, and you got access to that if you join my team. Learnwitherl.com. I got some videos that I want you to just listen to real quick, right? So this guy right here, Michael Saylor, he's a millionaire, and he got over 21. Let me do this right here. He got over 17,732 Bitcoin. He took his money out of cash and put it in Bitcoin. And let me let him tell you why he did that. Okay, this is why you need to be getting BNB, because Bitcoin is going to be the biggest asset class ever after 2024, even exceed gold. And in that point, Bitcoin is going to grow by 2024 to $1 million a coin. By 2029 to $10 million a coin. What you think happened to the price of BNB? Anywhere from 10 to 15,000 coin. Easy, if not higher. So listen to this guy right here for a second.
What
Listen to this guy for a second.
Wouldn't flow into the Bitcoin network. And so we're not.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With I Trust Capital, you can.
Move you've made by putting a huge amount of your company's cash, instead of holding it as cash, moving it in essentially Bitcoin. And this is following a move that I think Square did that, but you put a huge amount of your cash into it. And I thought this was a fascinating move that is potentially, leading to a very ahead of the curve thing that many, many companies might start doing. And so I'm curious if you could give us a little bit of background on what the company is that you run and how you decided to put a bunch of your cash into Bitcoin.
Sure. Well, I run an enterprise software company. I started it in 1989. I took it public in 1998. We sell business intelligence software to big banks, governments, retailers, organizations everywhere on earth, about 27 different subsidiaries. And, we grow like, it's stable, or we grow 5% a year. It's not like a 20, 40, 50% hyper growth company at this point. It's fairly mature, well run. We generate a lot of cash flow. And when we came into the year 2020, we had like $600 million in cash, and we were generating some cash, and we were saving our money for a rainy day. And we tried to be conservative. We bought back hundreds of millions of dollars of our stock, and we were investing the rest in short-term treasuries. And I remember when short-term treasuries used to yield 5%, and we would have been getting 30, 40 million a year. And it felt like, okay, responsible. And then the Fed just systematically cranked down the interest rates until it got to zero. And then we realized that, well, the cash generates nothing. And then the investors successfully told us they didn't value the cash as anything. Their view was it's just a lump of lead on the balance sheet. And the company it's almost like a liability. Like your cash is a liability. You either need to buy the stock back or give it to us as a dividend to get any credit for it. So we got to March and we thought, well, we have a lot of treasury cash for a rainy day. And then the rainy day came and it was pandemic. And when the pandemic hit, we actually found that everybody wanted the software. The software business is better than ever because we're just selling software to big enterprises and the like. But our costs decreased because now we couldn't do marketing events and we couldn't travel, we couldn't stay in hotels, and we couldn't go on airlines. And so the company went from having a lot of cash and generating a bit of cash to having a lot of cash and generating a lot of cash. And simultaneously, we saw all these financial assets have a V-shaped recovery. And then we saw Main Street have a K-shaped recovery, the famous K-shaped recovery where restaurants and airlines and hotels and amusement parks and theaters don't seem to be coming back. And yet all of these stocks and bonds are shooting through the roof. So on one hand, I realized I have a lot of cash. On the other hand, I realized I was going to generate a lot of cash. And then I realized it was worthless. And I realized it was worthless.
Listen to this. Cash was worthless. So that's why he put $1 billion in the Bitcoin. Pay attention. And you're going to learn why you need to get in and get BNB, because Bitcoin will push the price of BNB up to numbers that'll make you rich. Let me do income disclaimer. Guys, some people get in here and do nothing. I'm not a Series 6 investor or I don't counsel people on how to make money. But I just show you what I do. I just show you what I do. And if it's something you see and you want to duplicate, it's totally up to you. But you don't have the knowledge that I have. But if you follow the instructions, you may make some money. But I'm giving you the facts around how I make my money and why I put my money in Bitcoin. Pay attention.
Because the monetary expansion rate went from about 5% a year to 15% a year. And we actually expanded the money supply by 24% a year in the US this year. So everybody knows about money printing and all the stimulus. Well, I went from not caring to thinking, well, we'll save the cash, get a yield on it, and figure out what to do with it, to realizing that we're going to lose about 15% of our purchasing power every year for the next 4 to 5 years. And so...
and so will you if you keep your money in cash.
A block of 500 million in cash looks like a melting ice cube. And it felt like highly certain that we were going to lose half of that money in 36 to 48 months if we did nothing. And so we arrived at the Bitcoin investment when we realized that cash is a liability, not an asset. We have to invest in something that'll beat the cost of capital. The cost of capital is the rate of M2 monetary expansion. It's the rate at which the currency is losing purchasing power. And so if the currency is losing purchasing power at 15% a year, then we're all going to lose half of our wealth in 36 to 48 months.
And this is a key part of the thesis. Yeah. And then I wanted to just dive a little deeper here. So why aren't we seeing inflation of prices go up that much? Maybe we are in equity assets, but I'm curious of like, you know, a lot of people would be like, okay, well, why is there no inflation? But you're saying pricing power goes down 15%. Can you help us break that down a little?
Yeah, because inflation is it's a defective idea. There is inflation. There's inflation in everything that you want to buy. It's just not tracked by the Fed. For example, Hampton's real estate is up 50% in 16 weeks. How is it not inflation when the beach house you wanted in the Hamptons is 40% or 50% more expensive in 3 months? And there's inflation in assets. There's inflation in bonds. There's inflation in stocks. There's inflation in real estate. There's inflation in gold. There's inflation in scarce art. There's inflation in everything scarce. There's inflation in, by the way, the inflation measure that the central bank tracks is a market basket of consumer goods and services that do not include the highly volatile food and energy. By the way, they don't include food, energy, and assets. So you tell me, in what universe do you live in that you can live without food, energy, or assets? If you want to watch streaming Netflix or YouTube videos for the rest of your life, then there's no inflation. So what's going on right now is that the popular media, mainstream media, and the central banks, they're making a lot of noise about no inflation, and they're lamenting the lack of inflation. And that
they're lying about inflation, what they're doing. They're not really telling you that we're at 15% a year. That's what he's saying.
That's the excuse to lower the interest rates and print money. But the point is, why in the world would you actually be concerned about the rate of inflation of a market basket of things you don't need? Right? The inflation rate that you should be concerned about is the inflation rate of food, energy, and assets. And if you were to take, say, the inflation rate of bonds.
I mean, let me do something for you guys. Let me go speed this up a little bit.
Irrational, but I'm like, to me, this is an awakening of people being like, why am I holding fiat currency? The government just pressed a button and gave 1,200 to everybody. It's kind of becoming clearer and clearer, like that expansion of 15 or 20% is real. And I think the 1,200 was sort of like a big domino for that. So I totally agree.
I think that the big challenge every investor, every person on earth has right now, all 7.8 billion people and all $300 trillion worth of investments, their big problem is, where's my store of value? And in a world where if I double the amount of currency, but I keep the assets and the goods and services constant, then that means everything has to go up by a factor of 2.
All right, so guys, so pay attention to what you're going to hear right now. This is the whole point. This is why you need to be in this program, Xlplife, because this is what's going to blow your mind.
But I also wanted to step back with MicroStrategy. So you told us the story. You're at this point of like, okay, our cash is melting. We're generating a ton of cash flow from the business. How do you go from like, okay, Bitcoin's something to consider to like actually putting the money in? I'm at like your auditors, your board of directors, they must have been a pain in the ass about this. I'm so curious about like how you actually kind of executed this.
So we've got the 500 million in cash, and then we realize we're going to lose all the money if we do nothing. Like, it's going to be worthless. It's going to, if I take away if I burn 15% of it a year, how many years are you going to wait until you burned it all before you conclude that that's a problem, right? So, and that's very clear. So we've got a problem starting in March that's very obvious. small problem, and it became a big problem.
That's March of 2020. So hyperinflation kicked in. Pay attention.
And so the first thing to do is figure out what to do with it. So we went through real estate and stocks and bonds, but our conclusion is the only bonds that are going to hold value have to yield more than 15% coupon. Otherwise, you have to keep lowering interest rates. So if interest rates aren't going to go negative, then the coupon's not going to cover the inflation loss, and therefore a bond won't hold value. With real estate, it's the same issue. How are you going to grow your rents faster than 15%? Not easy. So then you go to stocks. So which stocks? Well, you better find, you better buy a super high growth, like Tesla, Amazon. It has to be some on fire, big tech, massive, screaming growth company, because otherwise you can't stay ahead of the 15% hurdle rate. So that's why Tesla kind of works. That's why all of the other stocks, they sort of start to drift up, but over the next 5 years, unless you believe the company can grow its cash flows greater than 15% a year, it's going to fall behind and it won't hold value. So then you go to scarce assets that aren't correlated to cash flows of US dollar currency. So that gets you to gold or silver. Well, the problem with gold is that gold miners produce 2% more gold every year. So there's a built-in 2% inflation rate in gold. And then it's centralized, it's corruptible, and you can print more gold derivatives, and that drives the price down. And ultimately, the big problem with gold is if the price of gold goes up by a factor of 10, the gold miners and the derivatives producers are going to create more gold, and that's going to keep a cap on the price. So how do I find something which is ultimately scarce that feels like gold that you can't create any more of? And that's where you find a crypto. And if you basically designed a crypto network that was 21 million gold coins and you couldn't produce any more, and then you could audit it every 10 minutes, and then if you convinced $350 billion worth of money to buy into that network, you would have Bitcoin.
YouTube ads.
Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this commercial, guys. Let me get rid of this commercial.
Beat Facebook ads every time. Let's face it, Facebook ad costs are going through the roof, and even when you have a great ad, they're almost impossible to scale. In this video,
the first digital money that was 20.
All right, pay attention to what you're going to hear now.
Interest rates aren't going to go negative, then the coupon's not going to cover the inflation loss, and therefore a bond won't hold value. With real estate, it's the same issue. How are you going to grow your rents faster than 15%? On fire, big tech, massive, screaming growth company, because otherwise you can't stay ahead of the 15% hurdle rate. So that's why Tesla kind of works. That's why all of the, and then it's centralized, it's corruptible, and flows of US dollar currency. So that gets you to gold or silver. Well, the problem with gold is that gold miners produce 2% more gold every year. So there's a built-in 2% inflation rate in gold. And then it's centralized, it's corruptible, and you can print more gold derivatives, and that drives the price down. And ultimately, the big problem with gold is if the price of gold goes up by a factor of 10, the gold miners and the derivatives producers are going to create more gold, and that's going to keep a cap on the price. So how do I find something which is ultimately scarce that feels like gold that you can't create any more of? And that's where you find a crypto. And if you basically designed a crypto network that was 21 million gold coins and you couldn't produce any more, and then you could audit it every 10 minutes, and then if you convinced $350 billion worth of money to buy into that network, you would have Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, in essence, becomes the first digital monetary network. It's the Facebook of money, because it's, on one hand, It's a synthetic safe haven asset. It's like pharmaceutical grade gold. It's like all the gold, none of the hangover, all the good parts of gold, but none of the bad problems with gold. And it's sitting on a big tech network like Facebook or Google, and you can plug into it. Like no one's ever going to plug gold into an iPhone. You're not going to like punch a button and buy 10 bars of gold on the iPhone. But PayPal and Square have plugged Bitcoin into the iPhone. So Bitcoin is programmable synthetic gold. And if you're trying to find something that is scarce that's going to float on the pool of liquidity as the Federal Reserve and the EU Central Bank print more money, then Bitcoin is that something. Because
welcome to the call, guys. We're going to be getting started shortly. We're just waiting for our host, and we'll be getting started in just a few moments. Go ahead and get your last minute invites out. You guys are in for a treat. This is going to be the first of our pre-launch calls, just giving you guys the ins and the outs of what's getting ready to literally change a lot of lives at the very beginning of 2022. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be getting this thing started in just a few moments.
Testing. All right, here we go.
Because you can't make any more of it. You can program it. And then, by the way,
right, guys,
the answer is
arrived.
A crypto asset network. The issue is, why not one of the other 10,000? Will it be copied? Will it be banned? Or will it be hacked?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear. And
Bitcoin is at the point where it hasn't been hacked in 12 years.
Super excited. What's today? Monday? Oh, it is Monday.
Money making Monday.
I like it. I like it. Money making Monday. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get started in about 2 minutes, guys. So if you got guests, you want to go ahead and send a last reminder. It's going to be some information that's really, really going to change your life forever. And, if you on this call, somebody really loves you is what I would say. Really loves you, because a lot of times, there's only certain things that's like once in a lifetime things that come across. So for you to be on this webinar, you should consider it an honor and a pleasure because not everybody was invited. So you're going to be the first to know about something. And you know how they say, let me think. You know how they talk about Google and Facebook and all that stuff, right? Here's the thing. What if you was the one in the room where they said, we about to create Facebook, we're about to create Google? Like, that's the type of webinar that you're on right now. So over the next few days, we're going to be able to go into this really massive launch into something that's going to change your life forever. So we got 60 more seconds. Whoever you want to invite, make sure they are on, and we are going to get started in a little bit.
It's been copied 10,000 times, but it's the winner. So you pick, it's like not friends. It is scarce. That's going to float on.
Yes, ma'am. I sent it to you. You got it?
It's clear it's not going to be banned. It's built into PayPal and Square. There's a senator. There's a congressional caucus. It's been adopted and regularized.
Yep, the PowerPoint
and it's been adopted by the SEC and the IRS
PDF,
as property. So you've got crypto asset gold network for the 21st century as a store of value. That's why we adopted it.
So now, with that being said,
oh man,
this is Earl. Yeah, you need to go to the Change Network, baby, and get the updates from the Change Network. Because we post all our updates and stuff in the Change Network on Facebook.
Yeah, he sent out a message that you have in the face.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock.
I just tried to send it again.
At 10 o'clock Eastern.
Perfect.
It's supposed to be at 10 o'clock. So it's going to be at 10 o'clock, okay? Okay, thank you.
Hi, Selena. Hey, Rich. How y'all doing?
And it seems like a no.
So, guys, let me go ahead over here.
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
To the Zoom right
What is going on? What is going on?
Love.
Money making Monday.
Absolutely, money making Monday. Look, hold on. Let me make sure I record this before I start talking. Let's see, did you get it? I get it. I didn't get it.
You still haven't gotten it?
DamoBarbie@gmail.com.
You may have to open it from the Telegram channel because I don't know why it's not sending.
It's not letting me. Okay, let me try. I might have to just do it on this other PDF. I had to do the PDF version. That's okay.
All right. I just did the mail drop too, so that shit.
Okay. Let me open with
brainer when you explain it like that. So eloquent. That was awesome. And a couple things.
Give me one second, y'all. Thank you for your time. Let's see.
So guys, what I'm doing is showing you why you need to invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because Bitcoin is going to push the price.
Okay, try it. Check now, Dominique. You should have it now.
It's going to push the price of Bitcoin to the moon. Okay, so I got something to show you after this presentation is over. So stick with me, because I'm going to give you some more facts about why you need to get this Xlplife program and start getting as much BNB as you can. I'm going to show you the prediction of Bitcoin by 2029. So don't leave until you get that at the end of this webinar.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
You're very, very welcome.
Enable editing. And we're going to do, okay, so I got that. So I gave y'all a little bit extra time to do y'all thing. Okay. Yep, everybody's muted.
Recording in progress.
All right, guys. Hello, people. My name is Dominique Barbie, and I'll be your host tonight, along with some other panelists that you're going to absolutely love and adore. I appreciate them so much for being on here. Let's get right to it. I'm going to get straight to the point, guys. You didn't miss anything if you just got on here, Robert. The first thing I want to say is I just want to send all of y'all love, appreciation, and gratitude for taking the time to be here, for taking the time to really, really look, because not everybody is able to look at something like this. All I got to say is put your Facebook away, put your emails away, put your TV away, put your kids in the room somewhere. This is not the time, okay? This is the time to pay attention, okay? So just imagine, right? You all know about Facebook. You already know about Google. Just imagine you in your 20s and these people come to you and say, hey, you know, we got something really big that's going to change the entire world. Meet me in my dorm room at 8 o'clock, right? I got something really big for you. And you like, nah, I'm good. But your friend go. And then a year later, 2 years later, they become billionaires. Would you be salty? Type in the chat. Would you be salty or would you be happy? Which one? Let me know in the chat. Would you be like, dang, I should have at least looked. I should have at least came. So that's why I'm saying pay attention, okay? Because you just might miss it, right? Now, I know y'all are ready for y'all bills to be eliminated. I know you don't want no bills. I know some of y'all got debts that y'all want to pay. Some of y'all got some student loan debts y'all got to pay off. Some of y'all done went to school for some degrees that y'all don't even do nothing that got to do with your degrees, right? Some of y'all are ready to pay your house off. Who ready to pay their house off? Who ready to get a new house? Who ready to meet the love of their life? Who ready for their families to be restored? Who ready for some healing? Who ready for some more gratitude? Who ready for some millions of dollars in their bank account? And I'm not here to hype you up. I'm just really going to give you the straight up facts. All right, quick story about me. Listen, it's not about me. This is about you. But unfortunately, you know, when I was younger, I was really, really stressed out and I was really depressed. I was working at McDonald's and I hated it. I hated it, man. And I was working there for 4 years, guys. And it just, they promoted me to a manager. But guess what? When they promoted me, they gave me a freaking like 50-cent raise. I remember I was making like $7, maybe almost $8 as a manager. I worked there for 4 years, then I left and I thought I was going after my dreams. My cousin came over to my house. He was like, I was living in Gary, Indiana, by the way, one of the most depressed cities in the world, right? In the whole world, right? The most gang violence and all that crazy stuff, y'all. A lot of my family lived there. And my cousin, he came over my house and he was like, you should move to Indianapolis, cuz. we gotta go. He's like, the houses is cheaper, the apartment's cheaper. He's like, there's so many jobs. And I low-key, I was a manager at McDonald's, and I didn't tell them I was leaving. I was like, I'm just out of here, right? And I told some of the employees, and I was like, don't tell the manager, but I'm out of here, right? And I'm thinking, I got my family, I'm on food stamps, I got my little family. We like, let's go, guys. We think we about to reach all this prosperity. We get to Indianapolis, guys, and guess what? Struggle, job to job. The boss is telling me when I can go to the bathroom. I was literally working a job just to pay my daycare. I was just talking to Dre the other day, and he was saying the same thing. He used to work, and him and his wife, you know, they was literally going to work to pay their daycare. Type of 777 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. You going to work, right? And you look at your check, and you like, dang, I mean, I've worked 40 hours, 50 hours with this all I get. And then you look at your bills, you paying your bills, you got barely anything to show up for it. Some of y'all working 40 to 60 hours, some 80 hours a week, right? Sweating, hot, mad, sad, right? And it's like, what in the heck? One of my final straws for me personally was when my brother passed away from an asthma attack, and I was sitting in the car. I looked at my bank account. I called the bank. You know how you call your Chase Bank or your First Federal, whatever bank y'all got, and they like, look, according to my calculations, aka your checking account balance is negative $498. Mind you, my husband is going to go pump the gas, and he's like, let me see your car, because he's low on funds, and we got to drive 2 hours to a funeral. Mind you, I'm sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happening to me. You know, I'm giving him the car, and I called him thinking I got money in my bank account, and they tell me it's negative $498. As I'm sitting in that car, I said to myself, I will never, ever, ever, ever be broke another day in my life. I said, this cannot happen. I made a decision right then and there, and I said, I will never let this happen again. So although I was sad and I went through the whole motions and everything, when I went to that funeral, I asked my daddy, I said, Daddy, can I borrow $1,000? Right? He gave me $1,000. And trust me, I tried every network marketing company, everything online, everything I could, use that money, sold some stuff, whatever I had to do. I ended up in like 100 million network marketing programs. Long story short, I struggled for 2.5 years. I finally got with a mentor, guys. I got with some people who knew what they was doing, right, and actually cared and helped to help the people. Not everybody who's a mentor want to really help you and see you succeed. And they told me some things, and I ended up becoming the first freaking millionaire in my family. Was I shocked? I was absolutely shocked. But I was not surprised, because I knew when you know you're going to be a millionaire, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. You already received it. Type in the chat, I am a millionaire, in the chat. If you know deep down in your heart, you like, look, I know I'm supposed to be wealthy. I know I'm supposed to be rich. I know I'm a millionaire. I know it. I just know it. I just know it. I just know it. I just know it. You know it in your heart. You know it in your body before it happens, right? And you become a millionaire before it happens. Let me just tell you that. You walking around like a millionaire. You acting like a millionaire. You just decide like, I'm a millionaire. Forget this. Forget this broke stuff. I'm over it. I'm over it. And then I decided to be grateful for what I have. So the reason I say this to you is to inspire you and motivate you and let you know it does not matter if you got negative $500 in your bank account. It does not matter if you make it $10, $20, $30 an hour. It does not matter. I don't care what you're going through. You have the ability, and everything you need is within you to fulfill your purpose and your destiny. So we are about to not only heal your bank account, talk about my bank account is healed, right? We're going to heal your heart. We're going to heal you from past trauma. Some of y'all been done wrong by some people. Some of y'all have people who just stepped on you, stomped on you, abused you. You know, right? And it's time for you to have freedom and healing. So I'm going to share my screen, because this is something bigger than you. This is bigger than me. This is for the homeless people. This is for the heroes, the zeros, the leaders, you know, this is for everybody. It's time for us to redeem the time. 2021 was a set up for the come up in 2022, period. I know a lot of y'all been through some stuff in 2021. Forget it. It's over with. The past is the past. There is nothing and no one that can stop you from this great life that I'm about to show you how to get. Period. Okay, so let me share my screen, y'all. That's just to say this is some serious stuff. What we're about to do, this is not a game. This is not a joke. Mark my words. We're going to have at least 100 millionaires in 2022 from this system. We're going to have at least 1,000 people making their first 6 figures who get into this system. We're going to have at least 100,000 people who are going to be making 5 figures on autopilot. We're going to have 1 million people who are going to be literally freed and healed and walking in their gifts and purpose. And I'm not saying that as a hope. I'm not saying it as a wish. I'm saying it as a promise. Okay? So can y'all see my screen? Just type yes in the chat if you can see the screen.
Yes, we see it.
Okay, good. All right. Woo! Type of 777 if you're ready for your most blissful, amazing life, your magnificent, fantastic life. Who's ready for that? I just need to know who I'm talking to. Because some of y'all, I don't know. You're going to have to raise your vibration a little bit. Okay? So you can get some money. Right? That's what I'm talking about, Lori. All the 7s in the chat. She got 7 real stuff right there. This is what I'm gonna tell you right now. My goal this year that's already fulfilled is $100 million. So whatever your goal. All right, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. I know, okay, so let me know if y'all can see my screen. Let me know, can you see my screen, Jay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, before I get started on this webinar, this is what I need from you. I need everybody on here to type in love and appreciation in the chat right now. Type it in the chat right now. The reason I want you to type that in the chat is because for some of you may or may not know this, but love is the most powerful force in the entire world, period. I'm telling you, when I made my first million, you know what I had to say? Even though I was sad, even though I was depressed, I had to literally kill that old version of me. I was so depressed, y'all, I didn't even know I was depressed. But until I said that side of me is done, it's dead, it's not gonna happen. So whatever you're going through, you need to start adding love and appreciation to what you have right now. God cannot bless you properly until you fully are able to be grateful and appreciative for what you have now. For those who have much, much is given to them. For those who have little, the little that they have will be taken away. And when I found that out, I was like, oh my gosh. Right? It's kind of like a kid. You got kids and you trying to get them everything they need and everything they want, and they complaining, they murmuring, they don't know how to be grateful for it. That's kind of how you look when you say, I don't have enough money, this happened to you. Shut up. Shut up. Stop complaining. complaining and be grateful for what you have, because for every complaint that you give, guess what? You're going to need 10 more things to be appreciative before God ever bless you with another 100. If you can't take care of the $100 you got, he ain't going to bless you with too much more. Okay? So that's why I'm so excited about the love and the prosperity that everyone you are going to be able to witness. Okay? So here's a quick disclaimer. We make every effort to ensure that we accurately represent all of the products, services, bonuses, rewards, and earnings reviewed in this presentation. And any representation thereof should be considered potential. Blah, 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 blah. Past profits do not indicate future results, basically. Y'all get the picture. Listen, I'm going to show you everything you need to know, but you literally have to at least pay attention and do the things that we show you to get this money, right? So what is the vision? The vision is basically, it's a real deep purpose of freeing and healing nations. I'm telling you, though, the depression that I used to feel, I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I was crying every day. Like my daughter, I couldn't even take her. I would go hide in the bathroom and just be crying because I'm like, this is so sad, right? And I was so grateful that God blessed me. I said, Lord, if you help me, I will help your people. And he blessed me abundantly, shooking over, all that good stuff, right? And I'm not even a religious person. He literally set rules, principles, and laws in the universe that help a person have guaranteed success. This is why you can see a person who's super evil literally have a whole bunch of success. I did not understand that. I was like, how are these evil people making all this money? And I'm kind and I'm loving people and I was broke, right? Here's the thing. There's laws and principles to this. So we're going to be able to free and heal the nations by teaching you these laws of the universe that is literally right in front of your face. So I began to search and get knowledge and understanding and wisdom. And when I got it, I found the freaking secret. And I was like, oh my gosh. You want to know what the secret is? You are literally basically a freaking superhero. You actually have so much mind power, so much heart power in your body that you can blow up the entire world. The problem is you get mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. So what exactly is BNB? All right. I remember investing in a coin. I spent $2,000 and that coin ended up going to like the highest I've seen. It was like almost $13 million from a $2,000 investment. So you have the opportunity to be able to learn about, to see. Okay. So what is BNB? Binance Coin entered the crypto scene in 2017. So many people became millionaires in cryptocurrency, right? How many of you have any cryptocurrency right now? Just type in the chat if you got some cryptocurrency right now. Say yes, no, maybe so. You got some type of cryptocurrency. Let's see what we got in here. If you do not have any cryptocurrency, or you just oblivious and you don't know nothing what's going on with cryptocurrency, let me tell you something. You might want to freaking wake up, okay? So Binance Coin can be held as a store of value or used as a currency by accepted providers. Outside the Binance ecosystem, BNB can be spent on a wide range of goods and services. BNB is accepted by hundreds of online shopping merchants. Basically, long story short, guys, you all know about Bitcoin. This is basically one of the coins that you want to hold right now because it's going to go up like crazy. Okay, so with love and prosperity, what we have is real valuable digital products, social media marketing and training. We got the leadership training, the Forex education courses, the binary options and courses, crypto, NFT, metaverse education. I'm talking about real estate training, e-commerce training, 100% encrypted and decentralized, true follow me system, fast start payments, unlimited instant payments, leadership equity pool, leadership retreats, charity vision. We give it to charity, future token launch, and live support. Now, what that means for you, if you are on this webinar, please do not make the same mistake that I did. Okay, the mistake that I made was it was a company that is similar to what I'm about to show you. It involved no human interaction. I did not understand, that much about cryptocurrency when I saw this information. I was kind of ignorant. I didn't know what was going on in the world. Basically, I was busy doing my own thing, right? When I tell you my friends was earning millions of dollars, that system made like $3 billion. Did my heart hurt? Yes. But I said, guess what? If it ever come around again, I'm not making that same mistake. So even if you don't fully understand what I'm talking about right now, you definitely want to get a position, right? The product is education, right? The Forex and the binary options, like I said, the NFT, the metaverse, e-commerce, and the real estate. Okay? This is the levels of infinite prosperity. Basically, we're going to help you get started for as low as $50 in BNB, and it goes all the way to $102,000 in BNB. Okay? There was basically a step system, okay? You're going to be able to get spillover. You're going to be able to get this money over and over. So say, for example, you come in at this level, the $25 level, it's an extra fee of $25 for, this matrix. That's a one-time fee. And then all of these levels are one time. So what that means is when you come in on this level, you're able to make $67.50 every single minute, every single hour, every single day, over and over and over again. If you come in at this level, you're going to be able to make $135 and $67.50 over and over every minute, every hour, cycling over and over. I'm talking about your head is going to be spinning. And this is so dear to me and so dear to my heart because actually I was prophesied over, and they told me basically that I will have a ministry, and they told me I will have $100 million. They literally told me on the phone, they said, somebody is going to offer you millions of dollars. And he said, don't take that deal. That's what he said. He said, the Lord said, if you deny that deal, he said, he going to send you $100 million. You know how scared and terrified I was for somebody to tell me that, and I'm like, who is he talking to? Is he talking to me? I'm gonna prophesy over you right now, and I'm telling you, many of you on here are gonna be $100,000 earners, $100,000 earners, $100,000 for you, $100,000 for you, $100,000 for you. Some of you are gonna make $250,000, $250,000 for you, $250,000 for you. A millionaire, some of y'all first generational millionaires. If I can do it, so can you. Y'all do not understand how excited I am because I literally built a system to 100,000 people. I was making $200,000 a month, right? And from a person who was depressed and struggling and not understanding money to a person who understands this, you gotta learn these secrets. This man called me and he showed me $100 million in his crypto account after that guy prophesied to me. He literally sat there and told me he made $3 million. And he made, let me repeat this for the people in the back. He made $3 million on accident. Did you hear what I said? He made $3 million on accident. I had a team of 100,000 people. That company shut down on me, right? Guess what? He had a team of guess how many people. Anybody who guessed the amount of people he had on his team to make $3 million in 60 days with no experience, no MLM network, no monthly fees, none of that. Anybody who guessed the number, I'll give you $100 after this webinar. Let me see in the chat if somebody can guess, because somebody said, okay, let's see. I'll give whoever is the winner, I'll give you $100 after this webinar. Let's see. He made $3 million in 60 days. If you've seen network marketing companies, you know to make $3 million, those type of people, they need what? A team of 10, at least 5,000, 10,000, right? Show me any network marketing MLM. You need a big team to make that type of money. He did it with 16 people in 60 days. What? And that system was not, I saw the first person who made it. That system was not automated. It was old fashioned, y'all. It was like super rinky dinky. Like, I'm talking about what the heck. This system is a smart contract. That means it's built on the cryptocurrency technology. You gotta get into technology. I'm telling you, technology is where your money is at. Cryptocurrency, this stuff we talking about. So you go up and you got the $400 level. That's $1,000 every single. You can make that in a week, in a minute, in an hour. I'm talking about over and over and over. At the $800 level, you can make $2,160. It's basically like an ATM machine that gives you way more money than what you put in. You put in, just imagine putting in $1,600 and you go to, let's go to your ATM right now. You put in $1,600 and they say, hey, here you go. Let me send you $4,320 back. Come back in 10 minutes and we're going to send it again. Boom, you only paid $1,600 one time. You come to that ATM machine unlimited times per day. So $3,200, you're going to make $8,000 over and over and over. The more you give, the more you receive. Remember I was talking about them universal laws and principles? I completely understand why I was broke. I completely understand now why I was depressed. I completely understand because I was focused on that. I was focused on everything that was going wrong in my life. I was complaining, murmuring, criticizing people, all that, all that stuff that make people broke, right? You got to work on yourself. You got to develop yourself because you are the highest commodity. $6,400 into $17,280. I'm talking about $12,800 and $34,560. By the way, that guy who made $3 million, he ended up making at least $300+ million with the system. And guess what? If you're on here, the system has not launched yet. It launches on January 14th. That means you get to go in at the beginning. I don't know if we got Rich here. It goes all the way to $102,000 and you make $276,480 over and over again. Rich, are you on the line? Can you talk about a little bit what happened to you when you joined a similar system that was, just starting? You got in early. You was kind of like on a call like this when nobody knew about it yet. I don't know if you're on here. You can unmute your line.
Yes, I am. I'm on here.
Awesome.
Again, my name is Richmond. Actually, the project that I was involved was kind of something similar like this. And I was one of the people to get in the early stage. And like you say, you just in the right time, the right place, the right time. And I was. And it was one of the things that was actually giving me the money that I was looking for to do whatever I got to do, take care of basically here in the United States and take care of my family back home. So I think I made, I had 3 accounts, and with 9 people altogether, I made like $1.1 million, right? And it was something just like this. So it's possible, guys, with 9 people. All right, back to you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Man, they gotta make some of y'all network marketers feel some type of way. I know some of y'all didn't have teams of, 9 people, and I know you didn't make no $1.1 million, right? And this system involves you do not have to recruit people. Some of the people we got was spillover, right? So that's just crazy, man. Y'all gotta understand where we're coming from. These are cycles of infinite prosperity. So you're gonna see you at the top, right? And basically these first 2 people who fall under you, this can come from you or it can come from your sponsor. If you at the beginning of the system, it's just going to be like boom, 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 right? 3, 4, 5, this is your second level. It's always only 2 levels. So these 2 people pass up and this person they're going to get their 2 people, right? Boom, boom. And then that's going to pay you, depending on which level you on, that amount, 90% of the commission. The third person is going to go to you. See, you didn't even have to bring these people in. Say, for example, I have someone coming in. They're going to go right here, right? And then I have other people coming in that's going to fall under them. They're going to get paid, and they didn't even bring nobody in yet, right? So I would tell you, whoever is your top 3 to 10 people, hurry up and tell them so they can catch some of the spillover too. That way you blessing yourself and you blessing somebody else, right? Here are the gifts of love, all right, where you share the love. The first set, on the first level, you're going to get $25 referral commission, meaning those 2, the cool part is, the first 2 people, if you brought in these 2 people, usually in the other system, you wouldn't get paid. They just pass up. But because of this, these are going to be your commissions as well. So even though you pass up the payment, guess what? On the love chambers, you still get a commission, which is split up. You get this one time when they first come in on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th levels. So this is gonna blow it out the park. We also got the prosperity position equity pool, right? And basically everyone in the system gets to share 3% if you're in the top 10. So this is really good for leaders. If you're the 10th person, that's 2.5% commission, 2.5% commission, and all the way up to 25% of that 3%. Just imagine with the last company, they made about $3 billion. Oh my gosh, 3% of $1 billion, that's powerful, right? So in LXP, we wanted to create a system where our community could really passively earn without the burden of recruiting or sharing. This is an example of what you could earn passively without sharing. Let's say you join the Xlplife community on level 1. As more people join the community and fall into your community, you will cycle. After one cycle on each level, you're going to have enough profits to upgrade to the next level, allowing you to earn more money and unlock more educational tools and services. Imagine cycling 100 times on level 1 at $67.50 profit. You will have earned $6,750 just from level 1 and a one-time payment of $50, even if you never refer one person. Now let's imagine you cycle 75 times on level 2. At $135 per cycle, you will have earned $10,125. 50 cycles on level 3 at $270 per cycle equals $13,500. 25 cycles on level 4 at $540 equals $13,500. So, I mean, that's very, very powerful. Also, the love chambers, if you're a leader and you got 10 friends, for example, and you help them get to level 8, you earn $3,750, and then so forth and so forth, 18,000 with 100 people and so forth and so forth. Very, very powerful. The other things that we have is the lifestyle upgrades, the world's best travel and savings portal, meaning you're going to be able to save on your travel. We're going to be putting so much money in your pockets. I know some of y'all want to travel the world. I know some of y'all want to spend more time with your family. We literally setting you up for the next 30, 90 days to literally have an incredible life, the life that you deserve, the life that you are worthy of. If you are not happy and blissful and excited about life every single day and feeling like you got an amazing life and just living your best life and feeling like your life is amazing and all your relationships just so amazing and abundant and all of your kids are happy and everything is just going well for you, right? If you're not feeling like that, you are settling for a life that you are just settling for. And I know this because I've seen the difference when I was depressed to where I am now. Every time people talk to me, they be like, how you doing? I be like, I'm blissful. I'm so happy, right? Because when you I don't know if any of y'all have ever been depressed before, when you finally get free of it, you just be happy every day. I'm like, I'm never going back. I'm happy every day. I do not care. I'm grateful because when you're grateful for what you have, you always have more. So I call that remembering the magic of the past. I know you've had magical moments in your past of your life, things that have just been splendid and shocking and people just doing random things for you. You need to start remembering those things and focusing on that because what you vibrate at, you attract, right? What you give is what you receive. And you are always receiving in your life in direct proportion of the energy and the frequency that you are giving. It is a law, period. Okay, so the faster you realize that, the faster you like, I got $100 million. I don't got time for that. I'm too wealthy. I'm too happy. I don't have time. Right, let it go. I forgive you, the past, this person, that person. You better start doing that. I'm serious because all that anger and that blame and that sadness and that depression, it don't affect other people. It just affect you. So you better get it together so you can clear your energy so you can get this money. Okay, the other lifestyle upgrades where we're going to show you how to invest in gold and silver, right? Did you make the $1.2 million mistake? If you would have invested in one silver eagle every month in 1986, it would have cost you $40,000, $50,000. Today's value, right, which is almost, 40 years later, is $1.2 million. I know some 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, some 50-year-olds, some 60-year-olds on this webinar. I mean, y'all, if y'all would have just set aside $100, $200 a month, and you just did that, you would have made $1.2 million. People underestimate the power of gold and silver. That's literally the money. That's God's money right there. So if you don't have no gold and silver and something happened with the world and the markets, that's going to be a really, really scary place. And what they doing in the background with all this extra stuff, you need to be prepared. I'm warning you right now. Now is not the time to be making all these extra mistakes. Now is not the time to be like, oh, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till next year or tomorrow. This is not the time. Stop wasting your life. It's time for you to get on track. It's time for you to redeem the times. Who cares what happened in your past? It's about what's about to happen in your future. It's time for you to operate your highest potential. Let all that extra stuff go because once you let it go, you're going to free your mind. Once you start loving people, how you love yourself and seeing the best in people and seeing the happiness in people, I'm telling you, you will bless yourself. The more you bless others is the more you bless yourself. And that's one of the worst things that make me sad, that people don't understand that universal law, and they harming each other and they being rude to each other and mean to each other. They don't get it, that they really hurting themselves, because I am you and you are me. We are one, right? And what I do to you is what I do for yourself. That's why I want you to do better than me in this program. That's why I want to see the best in you. That's why I always see people and they most successful and they happy and it's healthy is because guess what? By law, that energy that I'm creating for them, I'm creating for myself. All right. So get back with the person who invited you. We Selena or Dre or Rich, if y'all got anything y'all want to say, that is the gist of everything, guys. I mean, it's very powerful. We're going to be back here tomorrow, people, right? And we're going to be blasting these webinars. We got the Telegram chat. Make sure you're in the Telegram at t.me/LXPLife. Make sure you know who invited you guys. Right, let's see, who do I want to give it to? Let's see, Selena, you want to say anything?
Well, hello, and welcome everyone. I am so happy to see so many of you guys on here, so many amazing leaders. Oh my goodness, do you guys don't even understand what's about to happen? We have amazing products, services. We have amazing programs. We have education that is also as well as the amazing cycle of gobs of money, right? We have amazing programs because right now, a lot of people don't understand what's happening with technology. They don't understand that, you know, people are looking at, crypto, they're looking at financial news and stuff, but you need to look at technology, because technology is what's causing the wealth right now. And everything that's related to technology, from, everything is going digital, from the time that they had paper checks, then we went to debit cards. Now we get cryptocurrency wallets. From the time that they had food stamps, they got link cards now. Everything is digital. People have been shopping online more than they shop offline for security purposes and because it's just convenient. Well, now you get to understand how people and how some of the wealthy, they say always follow the people that are making money, not the people that are broke and not making money. So when you follow those people, you'll see now the Elon Musks and all the big giants in the industry is all designing this big metaverse. They're taking this project real serious. So when you like to know about the metaverse and how to get paid on the metaverse, when you want to know why NFTs is creating people that just average, probably working at McDonald's, now are millionaires now because of NFTs. When you like to know how you get paid off crypto, why is crypto now finna become the most sovereign coin in the planet as far as financial wealth. They're getting ready to fiat dollars. Some countries already don't even use a Bitcoin, like El Salvador and many other countries like China and the Asian markets. They don't use money at all. They use cryptocurrency. So you have to get in tune and you have to evolve with technology and times, and we're offering that too as well on this platform, education, so you guys can be on top of everything. So this is, to me, is like, man, I'm talking about, they've been blowing up my phones all day about this, because we're going to help so many people get so much money and literally be able to change your life, maybe in most cases, change communities. That's all I have to say.
Yes. Amen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, you got a heart of gold, girl. Heart of gold. Let's get it again. Andre, you want to say anything?
Man, Dom, first and foremost, that was an amazing presentation. You got me super excited as usual, as well as the chat, right? I think everybody on this call is on fire right now, and, just patiently waiting down the days for January 14th for the overall launch, right? And I'm just excited, Dom. I appreciate you putting together this platform. A lot of lives are going to be blessed, through this community and through this program. I think people really don't even realize, how much their lives are going to be blessed not just through the education and not just through the ability to be able to earn, thousands or even millions from the cycles. But I think some people may have missed that token launch, right? And just to be in and be able to grow a community and be part of such a major token launch that's going to be coming in the future. So, that's it. I'm just super excited, Dom. And, I appreciate the opportunity. And so what I wanted to know is, we do have a few questions. Did you want to, answer questions on these calls, or did you want to save that for later? Or how did you want to do? We have a few hands, a few questions in the chat. You want to get some of those answered, or?
Yeah, sure. We can do a few questions.
Okay. All right. Dorian Branch has asked like 3 times about a gold opportunity. This is something brand new. Dorian, whoever told you about a gold opportunity, get with them, post this call and have a conversation with them about the gold opportunity. There is going to be a lifestyle addition to this that's going to allow you to participate in the investing in gold and silver. However, that's not, I'm not sure what the program is that you're talking about, but get back with whoever you initially heard about a gold opportunity with and ask them. Let me see. All right. No problem. Okay, so another question, Dom, is do you want to take hands? That'll be easy.
Yeah, you can raise your hand. That'll be perfect.
Okay, so I'll unmute them in the order right here. So the first one is Valerie Perry.
Okay, Valerie. If you are talking about a gold opportunity, guys, with the gold opportunity, if you heard about me or someone in a group or whatever, you may know what it is. We don't mention that name on the call because that's a separate upgraded system, guys. That way we keep ourselves, compliant with, all that good stuff, right? So if you got questions specifically about that, then you want to talk to the person who invited you, okay? I can't say it on this call. Yeah.
Absolutely. Valerie Perry, did you have a question? All right. Maybe their hand was up by accident. Okay. Next person is Ruth.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, Ruth. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She had given a name to, I guess, the Telegram group, and I missed it. I was trying to write it down.
Richmond posted it in the chat.
Oh, he did?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, let me look in the chat.
Okay. How's your night going?
You. Oh, it's fine.
Awesome. Well, you have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Next, we got Bitcoin Man.
All right. Can you hear me?
Let me see. All right, Bitcoin Man.
All right, thank you, guys. I'm not here for questions. I'm here to applaud the platform designer, the smart contract designer who designed this brilliant program and project that's going to literally change lives around the world. Imagine being in the room in 1959 when Amway started in 1959. And fast forward today, where they still got 30 million active associates active today. Well, guess what? That other program they started talking about, I was a part of that project. Made some good money in that project. A lot of my cohorts made some good money in that project. And then the fees became astronomical because it was on the wrong blockchain. She introduced BNB earlier, and she told you that this project is being launched with BNB. So all of the roadblocks that we ran into that made it difficult for some people to come in on the $25 level and had to pay a fee of $80 just to get on the $25 level because they was using an ERC20 token. It made it impossible for many people. When they designed this baby on a new blockchain, a new highway called BNB, it broke the code. Just today, I'm reading an article today. I want you guys to get this. So you're getting a system that will allow you to collect unlimited BNB. I read an article just today on Binance. Binance right now is creating its own metaverse. If you think the price of BNB at $470 today is something, you ain't seen anything yet. You haven't seen anything yet. Binance, just so you know in the background, Binance is the only exchange in the world. Pay attention when I'm ready to share with you because I can give it all to you tonight at one time. Binance is the only exchange in the world that has literally tokenized stock. Every stock on the New York Stock Exchange is going to become a token very soon. Binance is the only platform that have ever tokenized a stock. Let's just talk about whose stock they tokenize. They tokenize Tesla stock. They tokenize Microsoft stock. They tokenize MicroStrategy stock. Now, who's Michael Saylor? Michael Saylor is a guy who owns a software company that has 17,732 Bitcoin, over $1 billion in Bitcoin. He's the guy who brought Elon Musk to Bitcoin. He put $1.5 billion in it and made $3 billion in 30 days. That's Michael Saylor. And then he brought in Elon Musk. Now, why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you this? Because Binance is disrupting industries when it comes to their exchange. You know when they came up with Binance Smart Chain? It's the gold, or the golden coins of the blockchain system. And this system that she introduced to you tonight will allow you to accumulate an unlimited amount of BNB coins through this system. So imagine being able to turn back the hands of time and having a system when Bitcoin was at $470 a coin. I want you to hear me, guys. Today, Binance is $470. I'm telling you. There's a video I watched just yesterday with a venture capitalist. And recently, he sold his company, and all he do now is to support through blockchain companies. And he did a stock-to-flow evaluation on Bitcoin. On his stock-to-flow evaluation, it said that by the end of this year, Bitcoin, listen to me carefully, Bitcoin will be at $100,000. By the end of 2024, it'll be $1 million a coin. And by the end of 2029, it'll be $10 million a coin. Now, with that stock-to-flow evaluation, that means that Bitcoin, Binance is going to follow Bitcoin. You're looking at a coin today that's at $470 a coin. And when Bitcoin hit $1 million, it'll probably be around $15,000 a coin. And he's saying that's going to happen in 2024. Guys, we're not talking about people with a small amount of money. We're talking about billionaires that is doing these stock-to-flow evaluation on asset classes. By I'm going to say this and I'm going to close. By 2024, when Bitcoin halves in 2024, it's going to be the biggest asset class in the history of the world that's going to exceed gold. And that's what's going to push it to $10 million a coin by 2029. And that's where you're going to see the growth of Binance coin that you're accumulating through this platform. It's going to create generational wealth for you and your family. Thank you for allowing me to give this comment. I want you to know that you will have first movers advantage on this platform. Whoever invited you care a lot about you. And if you don't know where you are, hope I woke you up just then, because you're in $1 million seat. Thank you, guys.
Wow, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Wow, wow, wow. Can you say that tomorrow too?
Yeah, I can.
Appreciate the nuggets and the knowledge, brother.
Yes. Oh shoot. I love it.
All right. We got Tracy Adams.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Adams?
I'm doing well. Hi, Dominique.
Hi.
I was with you on your last venture that folded, so I'm here now. I don't know what this is, but I just had a stroke and I need to get my finances back in order. So I had a question because I'm a little confused here. You were talking about, cycling. So if I was to come in at a $400 slot and my people came in at the $49 slot, do they need to come in on the $400 slot for me to cycle, or it doesn't matter what slot?
It don't matter. You'll be able to cycle on any level that they come in. You'll be able to cycle, and then as they upgrade, they'll be cycling over and over again under you on the next levels too. You see what I mean? Okay. But the higher level you go in, the more money you make, because you can only get.
Guys, it's Earl Dixon of Bitcoin, man. I hope you really enjoyed that. Say we can take you over to one more video that you need to see. A few minutes ago, you heard Michael Saylor say that Bitcoin is king. That's why he took his money out of Bitcoin and he put it that's why he took his money out of cash and put it in Bitcoin. Let me show you one video so you can really appreciate being a part of Xlplife. This guy right here is a venture capitalist.
Compares.
And let me show you.
What are called risk.
Let me show you why you need to get in now and get this BNB. First of all, we got to know who this guy is, right? So I'm going to show you who this guy is.
Your thought process about technology, about markets, and about the way that valuation gets done in general. Brian Estes, Off the Chain Capital. Always a pleasure to have you back on Real Vision.
Thank you for having me, Ash.
Brian, it's always so much fun to have you on, especially looking forward to this conversation where we talk through Bitcoin valuation, and I think even more broadly than that, your thought process about technology, about markets, and about the way that valuation gets done in general.
Yeah, no, it's been a very interesting space to be in over the last 7 years, and it's fun to see all the traditional asset managers finally starting to pay attention to what's going on. So it's starting to get really exciting.
For a little bit of context, let's talk a little bit about your background and how you got invested and interested in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. So I started off in traditional finance when I was 22 years old. Started with a company called A.G. Edwards & Sons in St. Louis as a stockbroker. I was doing the retail stuff for a couple years, and then I picked up a few institutional clients, and I started focusing all my efforts on being an institutional equity broker. So I was there for 14 years. I left in 2004. I was a senior vice president when I left, and started my own registered investment advisory firm in 2004. And basically, I just cherry-picked my top clients and was managing money for them for about 10 years as an RIA. And basically, they were endowments and foundations in the St. Louis area. So I was their outsourced CIO for 7 endowments and foundations, managing about $350 million for them. And then in 2014, I learned about Bitcoin. I saw Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss on CNBC being interviewed by Andrew Ross Sorkin when Bitcoin was around $100. And coming from the traditional finance world, yeah, I just thought it was a total scam. I didn't understand what Bitcoin was. I just thought it was this internet funny money. I just didn't comprehend what it was. And it took me a good 6 months to figure it out. And after I figured out what Bitcoin was, which is basically just open source internet protocol software that allows us to transfer value peer-to-peer through the internet without having a third party clear that transaction. It just, like a light bulb clicked on, and it's like, I just understood how we were going to rebuild our entire financial system on blockchain technology. And so I convinced my wife into allowing me to sell my practice. And I sold my RIA and became a venture capitalist in the blockchain space. And, I had no idea what, a venture capitalist does, but, that's, kind of, how I got started back in 2014. And then just, got involved and, helped start building and financing and mentoring blockchain companies. And that's what I've done for the last 7 years.
So now you know who this guy is. This is a guy who's going to do a stock to flow evaluation on asset classes and use the same formula for every asset class, like gold. So I'm going to go over to that stock to flow evaluation real quick. Let him show you where Bitcoin is going to be by 2029. That's why you got to get this BNB. Nobody's going to teach this like this but me, because I'm the Bitcoin man. Okay, but pay attention to the stock to flow evaluation. It tells you the rise and movement of an asset class. Let's see. See, a lot of people think money is just something that happens. No, there's a formula to success with money. They use algorithms to determine the future present by the future value of a digital asset class, and this is called stock to flow. Pay attention to this.
Short, not a place you especially want to be. Leveraged short. For people who were there at the time, this is the period we call crypto winter after the ICO bubble collapsed. It really is a fascinating model because it really talks about the one way of thinking about what potential intrinsic value is, something that we touched on before, but this shows kind of a mathematical model for how you correlate the use in terms of the number of wallet addresses and the volume of transactions to the price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of my favorite models. Yeah, I'm glad Tom Lee came up with it.
So let's keep moving as we walk through this valuation model, or this sort of different slices, different views of the valuation model. You also look at stock to flow ratios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's two stock to flow ratios that we look at. One is using dollars, and the other one's using gold as the monetary unit. So the one using dollars, and if you're not familiar with stock to flow, you just Google Plan B or 100 trillion USD, and you'll come up with Plan B's website, and you could read through his methodology on how the stock to flow model is built. But this model is 95% correlated to the historical price of Bitcoin. So this one's very accurate too.
So we're looking first here at the dollar denominated stock to flow model. And again, semi-log Y, logarithmic scale on the Y-axis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so on the stock to flow model with Plan B, basically stock to flow models are used to value commodities like gold, diamonds, silver, platinum, palladium. And so if you throw Bitcoin into this valuation method, basically what it shows is that gold is the scarcest asset on earth today. It has a stock to flow ratio of 60-1. So the stock is the amount of gold that's ever been mined, that's above ground, that's being stored. And the flow is the amount of new gold that gets mined every year. So it's a 60-1 ratio. Bitcoin's stock to flow ratio is 45-1. And so gold is scarcer than Bitcoin because it's 60-1 divided by is more scarce than 45-1. But after the next halving, Bitcoin halving in 2024, Bitcoin's stock to flow ratio goes to 90-1. And so Bitcoin becomes the scarcest asset on earth in 2024. And so if you look at the total value of gold today, it's worth about 10 trillion. And the total value of Bitcoin is a little bit more than 1 trillion. And if you think about it, if Bitcoin becomes the scarcest asset on earth in 2024, it should be worth more than gold. So to me, that means that Bitcoin should be worth more than $10 trillion in 2024. And that's what this model shows. It just shows it in like a graphical format with dollars. So what this shows is that at the end of this year, Bitcoin should be worth about $100,000. At the end of 2025, it should be worth about $1 million. And the end of 2029 shows that one Bitcoin should be worth about $10 million. And this model is 95% correlated to the historical price of Bitcoin over the past 12 years. So it's very accurate and it's working as clockwork.
Now, let me stop it right there for you guys. So this is where I end this webinar. So now the correlation of Binance Coin to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up, guess what? Binance Coin goes up. You have been introduced to a system tonight that's going to allow you to get unlimited BNB. BNB today, right now, I'll show you again. I'll show you. So on a minute. BNB today is at $425 a coin. $425 a coin. When Bitcoin hit $10 million, guys, chances are this coin will be anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to $100,000 a coin. And you've been introduced tonight to come over and get a program that used to be like Forsage that allowed you to get unlimited BNB. 1 million people joined the last platform with Forsage. 4 million people or more will probably join this program globally around the world. I want you to understand the asset that you get paid out in that could be liquidated into cash when you need it. But I want you to understand that you're getting the gold of the blockchain when you get BNB. If you want to know more about how you can join my team, you'll be a part of what I'm doing. This is my name, my phone number, and the website. Just simply go over and call me at 919-530-8022 and say, Earl, I want to be on your Xlplife team because you know crypto, and I need to be with someone who knows crypto. So thank you, guys. Get back with me, and let's take this thing to the moon. Love you guys. All right. Call this number, 919-530-8022. Thank you so much.